Good evening, y'all. It's us, Tony, and
Carmen.
that's Carmen Scott. You are on the first official episode.
Número uno. I mean, I have to get homage to Bad Bunny, the
Bad Bunny.
Super Bowl, all of the things, right? Like,
You're on the first episode of Two Shots with the Scots. And in fairness, we done already been out, but we are not going to start as hypocrites. So we're going to take our two shots. That's two each, but we're going to space them out a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. Like 5 minutes.
no mucho, pero un poquito.
Muy poquito. Working on my Spanish, y'all. Oh, we
Oh,
gotta
that's
tell them.
disgusting.
Yes, it is. It's great. It's great. It's great. Oh, so we told y'all before we were gonna tell you about the eye contact. Everybody may not know this, and they may think it's a superstition, but it's actually real. You take a shot with somebody, you gotta give them eye contact because if you don't,
7 years of bad sex, and who wants that karma?
7 years of limp dick, dry coochie, bad sex in the same position.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm older now, but I thought it was like 7 years of bad luck. But it's like,
Nah, that's like step on a crack, you break your mama's back for 7 years. She just lay in the bed. I don't know, whatever.
well, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So tonight's episode. First, we was gonna talk about something a little darker from this movie called American Skin. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So if you know us, we try to show up for our friends, right? So we were out tonight, and we were at the Paragon. So shout out to Paragon, owned by attorney Walter Tawala Madison Esquire, proud member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And he allowed his event, or he allowed his venue to host the Positive Vibes Incorporated Toys R Us show.
Toys R Us.
Toys R Us. So you wanna talk to them about what Toys R Us was, but
Toys R Us. So
Toys R Us. I can't talk.
So Toys R Us was an event where it just happened to be a group of women sitting around just exploring adult toys. Um,
That was
Sabina
vague.
was giving us some background as to what they were. We were able to like pass them around and kind of feel them, talk about our experiences with them. We played some adult games and just really had an open conversation about, or as open as anyone was comfortable in getting, about sex and sexuality and bringing in toys into your relationships.
Okay. So I was there because I was told it was co-ed. It wasn't co-ed. I
It
was
should have been co-ed. It will be co-ed. We will make it co-ed,
it
but
wasn't co-ed tonight.
it was not tonight.
But that's all right. I got to sit outside in the bar area, chop it up with some of the bros, and then we sorry y'all. Get used to Bella Rose. She is going to always intrude, no matter how serious, nasty, or goofy the topic is. Sorry, we can't control this bitch. Um, so, but having said that, the guys were all sitting outside. Will you shut up? Go away. The guys were all outside and just having whatever random conversations. So the ladies could be free to communicate on their own. Well, I forgot to tell you to bring your bag down. We'll put it in the reel somewhere. So, because I
Okay.
don't even know what she bought yet.
It's a surprise. You like surprises.
I
Don't
do
follow
not.
me.
I feel like my mic isn't working.
You
It
like
might be working.
surprises.
I
It's
don't know.
working.
Hopefully, they can hear me
You
on your
project.
mic. Yes, yes, we
You
shall
project.
project. I'm not gonna project too much. The girl is upstairs. It's not a conversation for her. But so tell me what it was like. Tell them what it was like.
So I mean,
Don't say no names.
I'm not
but
gonna say any names. I mean,
wait,
there was a mixed bag
wait.
of
I'm sorry. We should have our second shot first.
right because you want me to be loosey goosey with the lips.
No. Well, I actually do want you to be loosey goosey with the lips.
So I don't know if you could see our shot glasses have our name on them,
Yes.
and I'm drinking out of the Tony shot glass.
And I'm drinking out of the Carmen because I love her. I just want to be close to you. Even sitting here is not close enough.
I just want to be close.
Just to be close to you.
Okay. We're gonna stop. So, pero. Don't do this at home, kids.
No, do it at home. Don't do it out in public.
Don't
Be
do it
safe.
at all.
Don't drink and drive.
So there was a
But do drink in
ranging
podcast.
like age, backgrounds. There was, obviously a range of where people fell on the sexuality continuum, if you will, right? So some of us were more
Some of us.
willing to share and willing to explore our sexuality, and some of us were not. And then there were some in the middle, right? And so it was a range.
Okay.
So to me it was just really interesting because I'm grown, y'all. Like, and if you know me, you know that I'm not shy to. Yeah, my light is on.
No, that's why I was checking. Mine is dead. I'm sorry.
I'm not. There's no shyness to who I am, right? Like, I am okay with sharing who I am. And if you follow me on social media, if you've heard any of my videos, I talked about being authentic in who I am, and the different personalities that, or pieces that make me, the 17 personalities,
She
right?
got 17 personalities, y'all.
So
I can't stand some of them.
So my sexuality is just one of them, and I don't shy away from that. I don't shy away from my femininity. I don't shy away from who I am in general. So it's interesting to me when I find myself in spaces and places where people shy away from who they are. Maybe, I don't know.
So, y'all, this is where this topic came from because we were driving back and Carmen was sharing some of that. And
I wasn't sharing any names.
No, not no
Let's
names.
be clear.
No, not no names.
Okay.
There was no pillow talking in that space.
Okay.
But the point I'm making is like I'm comfortable with who I am as well as far as my sexuality. I mean, that's why we a whole ass vibe because we connect on a lot of different things.
Whole as WHOLE.
Depend upon the day, but okay.
Okay. I have nothing.
Yeah, but so I'm comfortable and I get in spaces where I talk about my past, my present. Obviously, I ain't pillow talking about what we do, but I guess yeah, never mind. I kind of am doing that right now, so that's all the conversation. But I guess the point being is that everybody doesn't have that same comfortability, and it's what we were talking about on the way home. That I mean, that's just not everybody's thing. Everybody doesn't know what they like. They don't know how to vocalize what they like. They don't know how to demand what they like if you fall into the dominant or the submissive aspect of just your relationship.
I get that. No, I get that. And I also realize that, and not only from tonight, but just from having conversations in general with with my circle, is that I realize that people aren't comfortable and don't really know their own self, right? Like, they don't know. If you don't know what your sexual preferences are or what feels good to you, then you can't feel comfortable articulating them because you don't really know, right?
Correct.
You're in that exploratory phase, if you will, in your life. And some people aren't. Like, some people feel like this is wrong, or for whatever reason, whether it's religion or whether it's whatever it is, societal norms or what they feel societal norms are. Like, some people aren't ready to have those discussions. And I'm sorry, y'all. Like, like I'm 48 years old and I don't have time for like my husband to be exploring at what I may like. Like, I need to be able to say, I mean, that shit you did last night, run that back. Or like
Don't ever
that.
do that again.
Yeah, you could put that. You could save
Yeah,
that for like
yeah,
never, the never,
yeah.
never land, right? Like,
That chick
and
you
vice
gave that to when you
versa.
was 12, leave that
No, for sure. Like,
there.
and vice versa, right? So, like, I guess I'm just in a different space and place in my
Mhm,
life, and I appreciate that maybe not everyone is there,
mhm.
but it's still surprise. It still surprises me every time,
See,
right?
but that's the part that's where we were disagreeing. We weren't disagreeing, but I see it differently. Because like I looked at and this is no indictment against the women in the room because they were any group of women USA, right? You're gonna have different age groups, different body types, different levels of sensuality and sexuality. Some were bigger women, and in that space of a bigger woman, you may be insecure about your body type, or people may not have given
But not
you.
necessarily.
No. Hear me out. I ain't about to.
Okay. Okay.
I ain't about to shit on the
Okay.
sister sizes. Not by any stretch of imagination. I ain't trying to get canceled on fucking episode 1.
I mean,
But I guess the point that I was going with is that any body type. Let me clarify. Any body type. Smaller. You can have women that are extremely petite. They may be uncomfortable about their body size, so they haven't had any breast or butt augmentations. Some may be very insecure with their body, but some may be very in sync with their body, and they accentuate their sexuality and their sensuality irrespective of their body type.
fair.
Same with the age groups. Yes, Mrs. Smith. Yes, Mrs. Smith is in between her 40s or her. Yes, Mrs. Smith, if you don't know, is a book that I wrote going into the urban fiction, dark romance, erotica, hashtag smut, smut talk,
I mean, I was
smutstagram.
looking at you a certain kind of way when I
I
read
was
that
being,
book. Like, you was like, dinner's ready, and I was like, dinner. I mean, what's on the menu? Because
different protein.
I mean, yeah, I mean, yes, right? Like, I'm not ready to eat this chicken and whatever we cooked or you cooked. Um,
I'm the bros. I give
but
protein. I give chicken flavor protein.
but I digress. I'm sorry. I
I've wrote.
interrupted.
I've
I
written 3
interrupted.
books. She's only read one from cover to cover, and she read it in one sitting. And that's Yes, Mrs. Smith.
I mean,
And
I am who I am. I
and
like
thank
what I like.
well, no, and thank you for the shout out. So Carmen shouted me out, or Carmen or Davina or Carmen and Davina. I don't know how it worked. Davina came and grabbed me from the bar and had me go in and talk about the book. And I ain't about to talk about it here. If you want it, it's on Amazon.
But wait,
Uh,
I think this is a great segue to just say, like, so one of my thoughts was, again, I'm comfortable in who I am and in my sexuality, and so is my husband, and maybe we're an anomaly, maybe we're not, I don't know, right?
mhm.
So, but we have other couple friends that we're close with, and so my idea was like, look, why can't we have these grown and sexy spaces
Mhm.
to read the book,
Mhm.
to have the Toys R Us come to us,
Mhm.
right? To,
Well, we might have a
do
toy party in
the,
our basement.
I mean, we might,
Oh,
right? Like,
okay.
um,
Huh.
to talk to, there was a young lady there that did, adult dancing in stilettos. There was one that did, or does, candles, like sexual candles. And so, like,
That's the
why
one thing
can't,
you got, a sexual candle.
I mean, I did, but it wasn't from this particular
Oh, okay.
lady. Like,
Oh,
so she
my
does
bad.
like candles in forms of, penises and
Oh,
things like that.
my
But
bad.
but that would be, to me, that would be a grown and sexy, right? Like date night. Like, why
Okay.
can't we make candles together? Like, why can't I look at you and be like, this is the member that I want to see tonight, and
So,
let me form it. Let me, like, take my time and go through it and just, like,
I fucks with
form it,
candle
and
wax.
then have the, like, I mean, but anyway, I digress. Go. I'm sorry. I'm way off topic. Go.
We ain't got no. You know what? You are perfectly on topic because that's what this is, right? We ain't trying to have a structured conversation. We'll do that on a more serious topic. Actually, you know what?
We won't.
Fuck everything I just said because we don't know. This is our first episode. So we are just being us. Shout out to Phil Bridgman. Phil was the first one that ever told us we should do a podcast, and we clown that brother because we're like, we ain't trying to do no extra shit.
He did.
And now here we are doing extra
He
shit.
did. He did
Yeah.
with you, woman.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
With you, woman. We'll have to send him this.
Oh,
we'll
so
have to
wait.
send him this.
We probably should have gave some disclaimers. This is not for your kids.
Oh shoot.
This actually, no, you know what? This will actually what will make us a short. This is not for your kids. We ain't talking to your kids. This is not for the church group.
It may not be for your mama. Like it may not be for the mamas.
It may be.
No, I don't want my mama to listen. Mom, if you're watching, shut it off.
But wait, we're looking at a picture of your mama.
I know.
and our
grandbaby.
Yeah, we gotta change that.
Look,
we gotta change that.
Right. Mami,
Yeah.
mami, mira, págalo. Si está mirando, págalo. Porque esto no es para ti.
Hashtag Bad Bunny.
Por la cultura. Págalo.
You know your mama watched this shit.
Ew. Anyway.
Hi, Mom.
No, don't hi, Mom.
Hey, y'all, don't call the cops unless I start doing this. Because she does hit me a lot.
He likes it. You like
I
it.
don't like
Say
it.
you like it.
I don't
Say you like
it.
Okay. So, I mean, let's go back to our main subject. So, go ahead.
No, ladies.
No, the point that I was making was a baby shot. Because I'm not going to shoot it. Well, make me a shot. I'm not going to shoot it. The point that I was making was just kind of like, it surprises me still that, again, I said I was 48. It surprises me still that people are, whether it's male or female, I don't care who you are, that we can't have these open conversations about who we are and what we like in a sexual space. And I can't say can't have these conversations because we can clearly have them, but we don't have them, right? To your point, we don't have them. And maybe we feel uncomfortable for one reason or another. And setting trauma aside, look, I am not, like trauma's not foreign to me. And so not going down that road because I feel like that's a different episode, right? But also like that, like I'm not a stranger to trauma. And so even with that, I feel like not having these conversations or not feeling safe to have these conversations either with your partner and your close friends. I don't know. It just still shocks me that's where we are.
I mean, I get that, and I clearly respect it, but what would I say in the car, right? I said in the car that you just have to realize that everybody, one, is not as comfortable as you are with who they are as a person. Never mind even sexuality. That's just a facet of who they are.
Sure.
Or in this case, who you are, right?
Sure.
Or me. Every man is not open-minded. Every man is not comfortable to have a conversation with a wife that understands herself, her needs, her wants. But let's also appreciate that every man, every wife, every woman is not comfortable with her man expressing himself. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think women do this, but men find themselves looking for other things to do before they come home. You know, and I ain't even talking about on no trash, right? I'm talking about you go serve an extra board, go get an extra job. You sit up the street, right? You sit up the street, you sit in the parking lot before you come home because it's not that safe space. So that's a game changer when a man has a safe space to even be a man.
Sure.
Not even talk, and a woman, to be clear.
Right.
When a woman has that safe space, if you don't even feel safe you're not gonna talk about things in the realm of sensuality or sexuality, physical needs, attractions to other people. You're not gonna talk about toys. You sure the fuck ain't gonna talk about toys.
Sure.
If you got an insecure man, you ain't gonna have that dildo that sticks to the fucking wall.
I mean, have y'all ladies
I mean, some of these
see
toys,
me after the
bruh,
show?
brothers. Let me keep it real. Some of them toys that they have, it saves you a little bit because you aren't doing everything. But let's be clear, there's a whole nother line of toys, motherfucking action figures, that you can bring into the equation that you control the narrative. There's some toys that you use that'll have your wife fixing French toast at 2:15 in the morning. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So
Well,
free your mind and the rest will follow.
that's fair.
Hashtag involved.
But I also want to point out that I appreciate too, like, I appreciate too that maybe it's just a group, right? Like, so I don't, it's not lost on me that it may be that the the hesitation to share
Mhm.
within that group just may be because you know someone and you don't want them to see you in that light, or you don't want to overshare too much because you're in a familial circle, right? Like, so it's not lost on me. So it may, the not sharing, or the inability to share, or maybe not wanting to share,
Mhm.
maybe a farce, right? Like, it may not be
Mhm.
that's what the relationship is.
Yeah.
It may just be like, look, cousin Pete or whatever from up the street or whatever is in the room, and I just don't want to get into that conversation with
Yeah.
him or her there, right? And so, like, I do want to mention that because there are, I mean, even I would say that I was a little reserved tonight. I was a lot reserved tonight.
You were reserved
No,
tonight?
I was. The
Okay.
conversations that I had,
Toast just a
you know
little bit.
what?
I mean, if we toast now, you drink at your pace. That's fine. Carry on.
The conversations that I had, or the conversations that I had, and maybe in silos,
Mhm.
but in an open group of women that I've never met before,
Of course.
I may be hesitant to share everything, right?
Mhm.
Although, I was open in some places, but also it's awkward when, and I will acknowledge that it's awkward when you're in a room in this type of space with women that may know your husband,
Sure.
right? And that may know your husband longer than you know your husband. Like, for us, that's the reality,
Yeah.
right?
And
And so, like, there were women in this space that known you longer than I've known you. Being that we're only about almost 3 years in marriage.
right.
Um, so that's not
Wait.
lost on
Quick
me.
disclaimer. I ain't smashed nobody in that room. I want to be very clear. That was not the case.
Ay, Dios mío. That was
Never,
not the
never
that was
dated. Never fellatized. That's a new word, y'all. You can use
not
it.
fellatio.
I mean, it actually works. But
Never had fellatio. Okay, that's
yeah,
fine.
no, right.
That's
So,
fine.
but no, in all seriousness, so it's a safe space. It was a neutral space. But to your point, jokes aside, yeah, no,
Yeah, I
because
mean,
the one sister was like, "I'll never look at you the same." I'm like, "What did I do?" And
right.
then she started talking about the things that you said,
Sure.
talking about the lotion
And
and the
look,
shower soap.
I need a minute.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
I need a minute. Mm, yes.
You said it. I wasn't in the room.
In
I'm
a
not
closed
saying
universe, right? Like, okay.
nah.
So,
This is our space to be authentic.
I mean, I'm
They want to hear
authentic.
that. They want to hear this shit
Well, that's
because
fair.
you use the word authentic. That's normally my
No,
speech
no. I
topic,
mean,
but you use
I'm authentic.
it.
It's just that was a closed universe. But
Yeah,
anyway, however, we
we don't
don't.
do that. Come
Mm-mm,
here,
no.
mommy talking. It's her
So,
grandma.
I mean, I just feel like, with all that being said, I just wish upon who it is, like, whether it's
Come,
my sisters, whether it's my brothers,
come.
like, to be able to find that space,
Mhm.
that safe space to really explore what sensuality and sexuality is. I mean, and I'm open and I'm honest as who I am. I'm a very sensual and sexual person. Like, I feel like Tony and I connected on that level because he often says I'm the female version of who he is, right? And so, like, so we connected on that level, but it's also important for people, like for relationships to last, especially in the Black and brown community where, we're being targeted and everything bad about us is, showing up. Black love matters, and Black love is a thing, brown love is a thing. And so, like, to be able to carry on these conversations and say, like we said earlier, like, yeah, you could run that back over and over and over, that will never get old. Or to say, like, yeah, I don't know who you did that with and what they lied to you about, but that's not working, right? And vice versa, like, not only from me to you, but from you to me.
Oh, I thought that's what you was
No,
talking
no, no,
about.
for sure. And it's like, and it
I was like, that's not my
changes.
spot.
Fair. But it changes, right? Like,
Yeah.
as we grow, as our bodies adjust to whatever, like, it changes. And so having these open dialogues are so super important. And that's just it. They're just so super important to make lasting
Yeah.
relationships.
No, and I agree with that. And you got to check in with your partner on a regular basis, right? When you
Mm.
find that comfortability, you got to check in. Carmen got no problem telling me, and I'm gonna keep it a buck on the spaces I may fall short on. Yeah, we out here doing all these great things, but there's some very basic things that we need to stay on top of in our relationship. And so I appreciate those check-ins as a reminder. But I mean, oops, might cut that part
Yeah, cut it
out.
off.
Move, Bella, come on. But when we were the guys, there was a couple of guys that were sitting outside, and there was a couple of women
Go
that
get your
had
toy.
a side conversation, and one of the women talked about there was a lifestyle club where someone she knew. Uh,
What's a lifestyle club? Because maybe
okay,
our viewers don't
sure.
know.
No, a lifestyle club is essentially there are spaces all throughout the continental United States, the territories, internationally, where there are people that can go to a safe space. It's safe. They have legal screenings, things of that nature, memberships, ID checks. Make sure you're the real person, and you go to this lifestyle club, and you have the opportunity to indulge in who or whatever you are sexually. But the important part is with the consent of the other party or parties that you're engaging in. So I'd be remiss if I didn't do a quick shameless plug for the Vault. So actually, one of the books I'm working on, the Vault, is an erotic story, but it's erotic fiction. So it is based in a paranormal sex club, and I'm gonna leave that at that. But the story that was given is that there was a husband that was in the room. Somehow he got separated. That's pretty much a no-no. But it depends on your rules, right? You and your spouse's rules, or significant other's rules, or insignificant other, depending upon your situation. But this dude was in a room with another couple, and he was masturbating, and that was clearly not something that was okay at all, or at least that week with his significant other. So that turned into a beef.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's an extreme example, but whatever it is that you are engaging in with your partner, with the consent of your partner, in case they're not there, in case they're not there, you need to check in on that. And I ain't talking about no shady shit that is cheating. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about omission, right? We're lawyers, we understand. Omission is a lie. It's the same difference, right? So that's something you got to be cognizant of checking in with your significant other and make sure you're still checking the box.
But it's organic for us because we've been doing it since Inception.
You gotta clarify. You left that
We've
wide ass
been
open.
checking in
Yeah.
since inception, right? Like
Yeah.
it's important to us because if you fail marriages and you learn,
I
you know,
mean,
what to do and what not to do, right? So like
a few actually fits.
so what does that look like, right? Like
Yeah.
let's talk about what that checking in
Yeah.
and understanding that we've now kind of like this is morphed into a different topic than when we first started, right? But again, it's
It
organic.
fits.
um so what does the checking in look like, right? Like I know that sometimes, and we struggled, and actually it was a conversation tonight, where I may be just kind of tying it back in, like where I may be on one, right? Where I may be like,
You always
this
on
is
one back.
what I need tonight. And I don't, I mean, give me fucking 3 shots of this, right? So I may be on like, this is what I need tonight,
Right.
and I misread the room,
You?
right?
You?
I just,
Nah, son.
there's been an occasion or two where I've misread the room. Um, or maybe it's vice versa, right? Maybe, and you
I
don't
don't misread
usually
the room.
misread the
I don't
room.
misread
Like
the
I
room.
think you know me pretty well, where I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm home. I got a good 8 minutes. Like we could talk about how our day was, or we can show each other how our day was, right? And so like
My hair's ringing.
usually the latter is what I'm looking for, right? And so like, yeah, I mean, how do you broach that subject of what do you recommend in broaching the subject of checking in? What does that actually look like?
I mean, I think it goes with honesty, right? You know, if and again, we having a real honest conversation. This the shit they gonna love, right? I mean, we know who you married, and I ain't always that dude capable of being that dude, but we start getting sidetracked with the marriage, right? God damn, that sounded great.
It's so great.
Oh,
It's so
but you get
amazing.
distracted in the marriage. You ain't coming home dicking your wife down like she that side bitch no more. You know, but that's a role play. That is a role play that people enjoy.
But is it a role play or is it
I'm just saying it's a
a mentality,
no,
right?
no, no.
Like,
Hear me out. Hear me out. I guess the point that I'm mentioning is that literally is a role play. I'm not saying that's all it is,
okay,
but it's a thing. There are some couples go out, they pretend to court, they drive separate cars to the
sure.
club,
No,
and
I
they
get that.
pretend. And if bruh's game is on, he's smashing in the bathroom of the parking lot.
Fair.
Game is off that night. You go home and you sleeping in a different room.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's what I mean by role play. I don't mean that it exists only in that space. Sometimes you want what you want and you only got a second. You in the bathroom, rag in the mouth, hand over the mouth, because you got kids in the house and you can't. Man, my voice dropped. I guess it's because there's a kid in the house.
Well, she's not really a kid, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I
She's
mean,
our kid.
but you
So
don't really want to hear her.
no,
She
absolutely
don't.
not.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just being real. It's like, yeah, you got these other things you need to do, but bruh, lay that dick down. Or
All the time.
wifey, what that mouth do? You
All
know
the
what I'm
time.
saying?
Mhm.
That's the check in. And you can have all the philosophical, existential conversations after while you laying in the wet spot.
No, for sure. And
whose
I
whose turn is it to get to rag today?
for sure. For sure.
Wait,
However, I'm talking more in a practical sense, right? Like
what?
when we're
Go ahead.
not
Go ahead. Go ahead.
in that, like
Though you make the whole
the
conversation so
the
weird.
mental, right? when we're not in the mentality of, right, I got these extra 8-10 minutes to spare, right? So just thinking of, I mean, we talk about weeks, right? So when we feel that disconnect, right? When I mean, we know it, we feel it, like we feel it. I mean, high achievers, I feel it more because you're, dynamic in your own right, and so am I, right? And so it's easy for us to be linear in our career and in our spaces and what we're doing from our 9 to 5 and our 5 to 9, right? That are separate from each other. So that's easy for us.
So like somebody wise mentioned that at some point.
You think?
Yeah. Okay, carry on. I'm sorry.
So shut up. So being in those spaces, like it's easy to be lineal and to think about what we're doing from a career standpoint, right? And so how do I tap back in? Like tapping back in may not be from a sexual space. It may just be like, am I doing what I need to do to make sure that I'm fulfilling what a wife looks like for you today? Right? Not in a general sense because it changes, right? Because who I need you to show up as a husband, maybe different on Tuesday than it is on a Saturday or than it is on last Monday or whatnot, right? Because life changes. And so, like, just having those conversations and being honest, like, okay, so it's day 3 or day 4, and we've not been intimate. And intimacy doesn't necessarily mean sexual or having, coitus, right? Like intimacy can be like, has he reached over for my hand? Has he kissed me has he given me a real kiss? Or has he, rubbed on my shoulder? Or has she?
I like real kisses.
I know. I do know.
Yes.
Or has she done X, Y, and Z? Has she done X, Y, and Z? Right. And so like those check-ins are super important because that's what makes a relationship, I feel, last. And again, full disclosure, we're knocking on 3 years in, right, from a marriage perspective, but we also know what it's like to fail in marriage. And we also know what it's like to have lived experiences. I mean, I'm 48, you're in your 50s, and so
I'm 53. We'll keep it honest.
So we understand what that looks like. And so having these conversations, these honest conversations with each other, whether it's from, what you're doing and showing up as a household husband in the household, or whether you're doing and showing up as a husband in the bedroom, whether what I'm doing as a wife in the household or a wife in the bedroom, like it all is equally important.
It's February and you haven't made chili yet. I'm gonna just put that there. Yeah, drink that. But but no, in sincerity, you know me, I like to joke a lot. But in sincerity, I agree with you fully. The check-ins are not just the intimacy, it's the conversations. Do you general, you understood. Do you still talk about your day? Do you talk about your day to the detriment of the other person's day, your significant others, right? Are you, and I'm not in this space now by God's grace, but are you at the point where you got to go outside your marriage to have conversations that, to be clear, is indiscretions, right? If you start giving yourself, you start giving yourself to someone else, or do you give it to your? Would you like me to be quiet so you can make a
Yes,
point?
I'm gonna put it. Because that right there, right, like that. What you said. Are you giving yourself to someone else, even in something as that may seem trivial as how things are going at work, right? And so, to me, and this may be the unpopular opinion. I'll preface it with that, but to me, that's infidelity, right?
It
like
is. No,
if
that's
you're
the
giving
point I
yourself,
was going to if I could have
but
finished it.
no, well, that's fair. However, but what I'm saying to your point of it, Bella, en serio, it's not about you.
Sit.
So
Thank you. Look at the camera,
she's so
Bella.
damn cute. Um,
You're gonna get a close up on this one.
So it's not only about having those conversations with someone else, and but that affects your intimacy, I
Yeah.
feel, right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
if you're having these conversations and then you come home and your wife or your husband feels like they're being dismissive over how your work was, or
Mhm.
you had a more productive conversation with someone else, you can't deliver at home,
Yeah.
right? Whether that's sexually or whether you're 100% there, because you're going to be thinking about the conversation you had from Jenny from the block, on your work.
I don't know Jenny from the block
You better not,
or John.
better not, or
Cause
Joseph for that matter.
fuck them all.
However, um, but that's just one thing, right? Like we can't have those intimate
Mhm.
conversations affect then our household and how we show up in our household, because you feel you've got it all out your system. You ain't got to talk about it again. If
Yeah.
someone has been,
I've already put it in the
yeah,
universe. I don't need to say it again. Why I want to relive my trauma?
right. So now
Like,
you all
bruh,
good.
you didn't put your trauma where it needs to be. But the thing is you gotta check yourself, and I'm gonna keep it a buck. You gotta check your spouse. Like,
Hmm.
nah, let me dump this here.
Hmm. Hmm.
Don't minimize me. Don't disregard me. Don't make me feel like my shit ain't important.
Sure. And spouses have to, like, one of the things that I try to do in my marriage, and again,
I'm here too,
after
bruh.
after
It's
but
it's,
but I'm talking about how I deal with.
it's our marriage.
Nope.
It
I
is.
mean, it is,
You
but
know you like to use my too much.
it is
My
our
this, my
marriage,
that.
but how I show up is me,
Correct.
right?
How I show up in
So
our marriage.
exactly. And
Thank
so
you.
like for me, I feel
Yeah,
like
I've said it.
there's a lot that I have to learn, and I hope that I do a fairly well job, a fairly good job. I don't know.
Fairly our parents.
How do you say that?
You
I don't
said it
know.
fairly
¿Cómo
well.
se dice? ¿Cómo se dice? Saca
Fairly
mi
well.
punto a mi lápiz, por favor. That's for my brother James.
Shout out Dink.
Um, but no, like to me, to me, like I have to figure out how I show up for you, right? And so like that means that if I have to listen to this conversation over and over again, and if I have to do some research about what your position is and
The
the
leg to the
impact.
side and up in the air and over the shoulder at that angle. That's my position. Oh wait,
Yeah.
I feel like this is, you know what? This is actually two different podcasts. We've created so anybody that's listening to this and has no clue where that just came from, we're probably going to split this into two different podcasts. So the first one talks about sex toys, and this one talked about showing up for your partner. So we'll figure out in CapCut.
You don't like Woodford Reserve?
Sure
I
she
don't
does.
like Bella
Along
being
with
in my
cigars.
face. Oh, okay. Never mind. Never
All
mind.
right,
That went
Bella,
wrong.
you just straight. So
Um, so I guess reeling it all
yeah,
back, right? Like back to where we started is I think it's important for us to understand who we are and where we are in sexual
no, what? No,
our
no, no,
sexuality. No, I
no,
feel
no, no,
like
no, 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 no. Respectfully, I'm gonna stop you because I didn't give that caveat to pull you back. We were on a whole nother space, so I want you to
no,
still
no.
be free in that.
But
Okay.
I also want us to like
We need
stay
ending
on top.
footage.
Yes, stay on topic. Not ending footage, but like
I'm about to
stay
edit
on
my
topic
ass
as
off.
much as we can. But
We might need
the
to rethink two shots with the Scots.
well, we've had more than two shots. I mean, here
We
and
ain't doing
even
that.
when we had a drink
Yes,
before here.
yes.
So, um,
In the safety of our own home.
but I feel like
Real
I just
talkies.
like going back to the
Sorry.
original topic. I just feel like there's just we need to give ourselves permission
Yeah.
to explore who we are as
Adult.
adults,
In a
who we
relationship.
are in relationships,
And
we
individually.
are individually,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Like sexually and otherwise, to be able to allow that other person in our lives and explore what that other person can bring and what we can bring to that other person, and
That's
not
nasty.
and not be and not feel ashamed to talk about it,
Mhm.
and not shy back on talking about it. Like, sexuality is beautiful.
Mhm.
Like, sexuality is my one of my love language.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna add it.
No, no,
No, I'm gonna add it
no.
because,
That's
like,
no. I didn't know what I was about to say. Is that's not one of the love languages,
it's
but
not.
but
It
that's
should
also.
be,
But no, but
but it should be.
it's acts of service and touch, so it fits. But who is
No, that
Doctor?
raunchy,
Well,
like,
no. Who is Doctor Gary Chapman to say
I'ma
that it's
care
only
for you.
who is Dr. Chapman to say that it's only these five love languages
Sure.
and it has to be some derivation? It's up to us, right? He wasn't standing there in Cancun when we merged the sands. It's us. So it is our love languages and how we navigate it.
No, for sure. And I feel like whatever relationship, it's cold as hell down here. Whatever relationship, I'm about to put this other thing around me. Like, whatever relationship you're in and whatever that
Right.
looks like, for you, is having that safe space to be able to discuss it openly, right? To
Mm-hmm.
be able to talk about what you need individually,
Mm-hmm.
and then what you need as a couple.
Yeah, because if you can't, what you know my saying, even before COVID, you got to put your own mask on, right? You
Mm-hmm.
got to protect yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
You got to protect yourself, and uh you need to do what you can do, what you need for you, because if I'm not good, I can't be good for you.
Yeah.
If you're not good, you can't be good for me. And that's beyond just the physicality of it. It's the emotional is before the physicality. You cross that threshold of marriage, it ain't just the physical is very important, particularly if you're a physical couple like us,
Mm-hmm.
but it taps into that emotion, you
For
know.
sure. For sure.
Just so
So, anyway, we wanted to just get on here and give you a
yeah.
flavor of what these conversations will look like, moving forward.
Yeah,
A little bit of everywhere, but also we want to be organic, right?
yeah,
We want the conversation to flow.
yeah.
We don't want it to be scripted in any kind of way. We want to just, and Dr. Woodford Reserve,
Today, our special
definitely
guest today, Woodford Reserve.
definitely helps with, being more open and honest in these conversations. But we really wanted to just flow and have these conversations with each other the way we would have it if the camera wasn't on.
Yeah, yeah,
And so that means that you're gonna hear maybe us tapping into different, branching out to different, topic areas, and it being not scripted,
yeah,
because it's not scripted. It's
yeah,
just us being who we are and having conversations and dialogue amongst each other. Just, you get to get an insight of what the Scots,
for sure. I mean,
conversations are like.
and all of this is the sincere attempt is to
Gotta sit,
be ourselves, right? Give us a
sit,
space to be
sit.
authentic with
Thank
each
you.
other, to do the check-ins with our marriage, but it's not entirely selfish because, humbly speaking, people say we have it figured out to an extent, and we still have we didn't agree on everything tonight, other than her popping me in the head once. We were civil, but we ain't always civil. There's times that this couch right here, so comfortable, so comfortable, so peaceful. So, but y'all need to see that, right? If
This
we're
is our
doing,
basement, by the way.
oh,
Just so y'all know.
that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. We're just us. We are a black and brown couple of first generation college graduates. By God's grace, are now attorneys, but we still lean intentionally and aggressively into our background.
You have to.
You know,
You have to.
it's who we are. So we use the word authentic. You're gonna hear it a lot. At some point, authentic may be rebranded somewhere into our conversations, but it's very important to us. But part of that authenticity, and to the extent we're leaders, we're mentors, is just showing up as us, right? And one of y'all, somebody here that's watching this, you may not see it in 2026, you may see it in 2028. And we're going to touch something that you're either dealing with, have dealt with, or are aspiring to deal with. So we just want to be here. We at that Madre and Padre age. We just trying to pour back. So anyway, this is the first episode and maybe the second episode of Meet the Scots, because we have no idea
I
actually
think
how
we
long
should
we've
just
been
put it out.
recording.
We should just put it out there.
Well, I don't know how many. We might have been recording for an hour and a half. We have no clue.
So
No one's gonna watch an hour and a half.
maybe.
They won't.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, they won't.
Anyway, anyway, we hope that you got something out of our rambling in our first
Yes.
podcast of Two Shots with the Scots.
Yes.
Hopefully you'll tune in for the next episodes and you'll get something out of that too. And look, maybe, I don't know, share it with a friend.
Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and
Share it with a friend.
share it with a friend. So we will see you soon. Love y'all. God bless. Peace.